If you're a fan of potatoes just like me, today I'm going to be showing you how to make the crispiest and the most delicious potatoes ever. And the best thing about this recipe is that you only need a pan to make these delicious pan-fried potatoes. Over here, I've already peeled and washed my potatoes, ready for cooking. So the next step is to chop your potatoes. So you're going to pick your potatoes, slice in half, just like that. Lay the potato on the flat side and cut into a wedge, just like that. You can see this is a wedge. Then you're going to cut the potatoes into bite-sized pieces. Pick the next potato, chop in half, and repeat. While chopping the potatoes, make sure to cut the potatoes the same size because you want the potatoes to cook evenly. I'm done chopping my potatoes, and this is the size I'm going for my pan fried potatoes. And yeah, this is going to take just a few minutes and I'll be having some crispy potatoes. So now I'm going to transfer my potatoes in a bowl with water. After adding the potatoes in the bowl, you'll notice that the water has turned cloudy. That is because of the starch in the potatoes. So you're going to rinse the potatoes several times until the water runs clear. So that is what I'm going to do. Now I'm ready to cook my potatoes. So over medium flame, I'm going to place a pan and add cooking oil. I've added 3 tablespoons of cooking oil to my pan, and for this recipe you'll need a non-stick pan or a cast iron pan which has been well seasoned. Before adding in the potatoes, also make sure that the oil is sizzling but not smoking hot. After adding the potatoes in the pan, toss a little bit so that the potatoes can be coated with the cooking oil. The trick here is to use medium flame to cook the potatoes because you want the potatoes to cook evenly and have a very nice golden brown color on the exterior. If you use high flame, the potatoes are going to cook so fast and the inside is not going to be cooked, and also the potatoes are going to burn. So you're going to cook the potatoes for around 2 minutes on medium flame without disturbing the potatoes. Let the first side of the potato cook until crispy. The reason you don't want to disturb the potatoes while cooking for the first 2 minutes is because once you stir the potatoes, they're going to start breaking apart. So please just be patient and wait for around 2 to 3 minutes until you notice some very nice golden brown color on the bottom side of the potatoes. When I'm making pan-fried potatoes, I don't boil my potatoes. All I do is transfer to my pan and let the potatoes slowly cook. After 3 minutes, I'm going to flip my potatoes, and wow, just look at that golden brown color. So now I'm going to cook for another 2 minutes, and when cooking the potatoes, make sure that the potatoes are in a single layer. After flipping the potatoes the first time, you're going to add in some seasoning. So this is a generous amount of seasoning for my potatoes. Then I'm going to toss the potatoes around, and you can hear that crispiness of the potatoes. So I'm going to let the potatoes slowly cook and continue getting that awesome golden brown color. Just listen to how crispy the pan-fried potatoes are turning out. And also I love tossing the potatoes instead of using a spatula because the potatoes won't break apart while flipping. Yes, when it comes to adding flavor to my potatoes, I always choose rosemary because it's very aromatic and the flavor is so good. So I have 2 sprigs of fresh rosemary here. I'm going to be chopping up some leaves. You're going to pick 1 rosemary sprig and all the top part of the rosemary and pull down the leaves just like this. It's going to be very easy, see? Next, I'm going to place the leaves on my chopping board and dice into little pieces. Toss the potatoes one more time and just look at the potatoes. They are looking so delicious. Now I'm going to add in some fresh rosemary. Toss around. Wow, just look at that. After adding the rosemary in my pan, I'm going to cook the potatoes on low for around a minute so that the beautiful and lovely rosemary flavor can seep into the potatoes. And trust me, your neighbors are going to knock on your door asking you what you're making for lunch or dinner. Potatoes are a great source of starch, so I absolutely love making my potatoes this way because it always turns out amazing. And so many of you have been asking for this recipe. This is how I always prepare the potatoes. So I'll be serving my potatoes as a side dish with some beef, and let me tell you, it's going to be very delicious. So because the potatoes are ready, I'm going to turn off the heat. And then I'm going to transfer to my bowl just to present to you these awesome and delicious pan-fried potatoes.